Hi, hello everyone. Wanted to understand OOPS concept? Yes, this is the right video where I will explain each one OOPS concept in Java. And you develop any project, you go for any interview without OOPS, you cannot do that. You cannot crack any of the interview without OOPS. Without OOPS, you cannot write a project code. It's really required. And I'm sure whether you are a fresher or experienced professional, many of you not having thorough understanding on this OOPS concept. And in this single session, I will explain each concept one by one with a real life example. I will write some code which will implement each OOPS concept. Just be patient and spend few minutes in this session. And trust me, post this session you will never get confused. You will get a thorough understanding of each concept, and you can utilize the knowledge in your project task, and you can crack any of the interview. Also, I will give some tips how to prepare this OOPS concept. Okay, let's start. Be patient and see one by one we'll discuss. Okay, so Java is a fully object oriented language. It is fully object oriented language or not? What is object oriented language? A language, we can say it is object oriented language. Everything will be treated as an object. Then we can say it is object oriented language. Java is not fully object oriented language. Why? Because still in Java something is there which is not object. These are primitive data types. So we are having some data type, right? Integer, character, double, float, all these primitive data type is there. So those are not object. But there is some alternative, we can make two object. We are using wrapper class and all. That is different case. Because of these primitive data types, Java is not purely object oriented language. Can you tell me some of the language which is fully object oriented language? Yes, Ruby, Smalltalk, like some language is there. Everything is object. But Java is not fully object oriented language. Let's understand what is object. You know, object means what? In real life, whatever you are using, which having, you are using a mobile. So mobile having a physical existence, mobile having a color, mobile having a weight, mobile having some properties like which model, what is the cost of it. So the things you can touch it and feel it, which having some properties, we can say it is mobile. So what is class? Class means, suppose you are saying mobile. If you say mobile, you cannot visualize which mobile it is. So if I'll say mobile, here you are seeing this picture and I will mention that suppose this is a Samsung model of this XYZ model. So then you are visualizing, oh, this is the Samsung mobile. But if you'll say only mobile, you cannot visualize. You think about it, if I'll say tree, so you cannot imagine which tree it is. It can be a mango tree, it can be a guava tree. But if I'll say tree, you cannot imagine which specific tree. But if I'll mention mango tree, so here tree is a class, mango is a object, mango tree is a object. I will give another example. Suppose you are going to construct a building. So what you will do? Before constructing a building, you will plan something. You will plan something. How your building will be, how much room it will be, what is the room size, what is the dimension of your hall, kitchen, all these things, right? That plan, it is in your mind. If that plan and thought, somebody will implement it, the builder will implement it, Then once it will be implemented, it will be a physical building. Once the physical building will be constructed, then we can say it is a object. Okay, so think about it. Suppose I wanted to write two numbers. I wanted to add two numbers. Okay, let it be. Let me. I will write a program which will add two numbers. So in that case, whatever you are doing, okay. So I will write a program which will add two numbers. So in that case, why we need that object? Why we need that class? We are adding two numbers. Do we require a object for that? So generally what we used to do, we write int n1 equal to 10 and int n2 equal to 20. Then what we will do, int result equal to n1 plus n2. Then we can print this n1, this result. So I wanted to print this result. I wanted to add of two numbers n1 and n2. For this, do we require a object? And why we need this class to do that? You just think in reality. Okay, suppose you wanted to construct a table. What you will do, you will have a plan, right? Which kind of table, like what is the dimension of the table, and you will tell what is the height of the table. All these detail you will call to a carpenter and you will tell that detail, right? Then carpenter will implement according to your inputs, will construct a table and will give to you. So here your thought and plan, whatever you wanted to do, that is the example of class, that is blueprint. And once your thought or plan taken by carpenter and constructed that table become the object of your thought. Okay, here to make you understand, instead of doing this addition in this same class, what I will do, I will ask some other class, hey, can you do a calculation for me? So I will write a class, other class. That class name I will say addition. This class will be responsible to add two numbers. So I will tell, hey, you add it. So whatever I'm doing here, I will ask to do by this guy, this addition, this class. So here I will write a method which will do that operations. And inside that methods, I wanted to do the operations. And that method, if I'll call, it will return the result. So what I will do, you see, I need the help. I wanted to take help from another class which will give me the addition result instead of here. So I will call this add method here, and which will give me the result. You see, whenever you are calling to the add method, you need to tell, right, what kind of, whenever you are asking to construct a table or construct a building, you are giving the proper thoughts, you are giving the plan, right, how it will be, you are giving some inputs, right? So here also, this demo class, this is the client class, this demo class wanted to add two numbers. It will tell, hey, I wanted to add two numbers, let's say 20 comma 30. You will pass here, and instead of y will initialize here, whatever inputs will come from here, we have to pass from in this method, int n1 comma int n2. Okay, so we need to return it. We need to return this result, right? And we need to call this method. How to call this method? This method present in addition class. And how we are calling in this demo class? How this demo class will recognize that method? We need to provide this information, right? You see, it is saying it is not, you see, the method add is undefined in demo. In demo, we have not that kind of method. We depended on some other class. So to call that method, we need to create an object. Then only the physical existence will be available. So I need to create an object of this class because I wanted to access this method. So how to create an object of a class? This class name equal to any object name we will give, any variable name. Then new, by using this new keyword, we'll create an object. So you need to call object dot that method. You see, now if you run it, we are getting the result, right? 20 plus 30 equal to 50. You can, instead of declaring this, you can directly return from here. We can optimize this code, right? You see, it is giving result. So here you see, this is a class and this is another class. This class, we are asking to another class, hey, I wanted to do addition, can you help me? So he has helped by using this add method. So if you'll see now, a object having some properties and behavior. So if you'll see here, we created an object of this addition class. So what is this properties, what is behavior? If I'll talk about the properties of a mobile, so mobile having a cost, mobile having some weight, mobile having a name or model, all these are properties. And behavior means what mobile can do. By using mobile, we can play a video, we can make a call, we can do calculate, anything you are doing, that is the behavior. So here we can have some properties in this class, and the behavior is it is doing the addition operations. Okay, so inside this class we created the object. So what is class, what is object? You have idea now? Class means doesn't have any physical existence. Once we'll create a object of the class, instance of the class, then it will become object. So whatever thoughts, plan, whatever we are having, that is called class. If we'll implement it, we'll have some physical existence, then that will be object. Okay, so we wrote this program. Once you wrote this program, what happened actually? If I click on this run button, so what it is doing? Before running, it is compiling. And who is compiling? The Java compiler. And who is running the code? JVM. What is JVM? What is JRE? What is JDK? I wanted to explain. So what is the responsibility of JVM? What is the responsibility of JRE and JDK? You see, the code we wrote, and that code compiled by someone, Java compiler. That compiler present in JDK, and after compiling, that code interpreted, and that code run by JVM. Okay, you see, this is our code. We wrote that program, addition program, that is run by JVM. Whenever we wrote that code depend on some other code. If you are writing some code, sometimes it will depend on some other code, other classes and all, existing classes and all. So that JVM will contact that other classes to load because it needed. So other classes and all, it will be present in JRE, Java runtime environment. So JVM depend on JRE. So if you'll see, this JRE will include all these things. JVM will use this JRE. This is the structure actually. Inside JDK will have JRE. Inside JRE will have JVM. JVM will talk to JRE, and not only Java compiler doing compiling, Java JDK having other tools, like if you wanted to Java P, other tools and all, it is there. So this is the figure in between. This is the relationship. So JVM, JRE, JDK. Okay, still having doubt? I will give you one example. Suppose you wanted to buy a car. Let's understand what is this JDK, JRE and JVM. Suppose you wanted to buy a car. So what you will do? You will go to a showroom, car showroom. Okay. And you went there, then you have, what you will do? You will some inquiry you will do. You will ask, you will call a car agent, and you will do some inquiry, like car agent will ask what kind of car you are looking, what is your budget, what is the color, what is the model you are looking, all these things you will explain to the car agent, right? So in the inquiry part, so once you provided all the information, what kind of car you are looking for, okay, so the car agent is decided this is the car you need. Suppose in you did some bargain, what he will do? The car amount, if will ask some, if will negotiate some amount, he may be check with other person like his manager for the approval of the negotiation you are asking. And at the process of delivering the car, once you book it, you may need to contact to the insurance department to provide the proper insurance to your car. And if you want a loan, you will contact to the loan department. So all these third party insurance and loans and all you will do, you will check with them, either car agent or you will check. And finally he will deliver the car, the agent will deliver the car to you. Now you think about it. Here the physical car is the object. Here the physical car is the object. Okay. And whatever information you provided to the car agent, that is the example of class, the blueprint, the plan you given, the thoughts, the information, that is class. According to your information, car agent worked and delivered the car to you, right? So whenever agent worked with you, or you worked with some third party like insurance or loan department, so this third party is known as JRE. Okay. And who has executed your plan? This car agent is executed your plan. So this car agent here is a JVM. What it is doing? It is executing your plan, whatever plan you told, it is executing. Whenever he is executing, he may be reach out to the loan department or insurance department, all these things he is doing, that is third party, that is JRE. And here JDK, which one is JDK? This car showroom provides all these facilities. He hired this car agent, he has deployed everything, so that is like aquarium in a fish. So to survive or live a fish, aquarium is providing that environment, right? So here a showroom, that showroom is called JDK. So what is JRE? What is JDK? What is JVM? Who is JVM? The responsibility, the role, whatever he is executed, that is the part of that agent executed, that is the part of JVM, that JVM example. And what is the class? The information is given to the car agent. That information, that thoughts, that blueprint is the example of class. Okay. And once you deliver the car, this car is the physical existence, so this car is the object. So now I hope you are clear about these three terms. What is object? What is class? What is class? And what is JDK, JRE, and JVM? These six terms you are clear now. Just please analyze little. Okay. So we created that addition program. I showed you, right? There will have object and class. Okay. If I'll explain each line of the code, so it will be different. I wanted to focus only oops. That's why I have not explained. I just told what is class, what is object. Okay. Now let's understand oops concept. If somebody will ask, so many terms is there, oops concept, oops principles, oops features. You remember, whenever oops concept will come, four things only will come: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, data abstraction. These four oops concept only. There is no other term. Why I explain this object and class? You take any example of this encapsulation or inheritance or abstraction or polymorphism, any example, anyone you take, without object, without class, nothing is existence, nothing is there. So object class will come. Like object class, many other things will come: data binding, data hiding, aggregations, so many terms will come. You no need to confuse at all. If somebody will ask what is oops concept, you tell this is the four pillar: encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. Okay. So let's understand one by one. What is this encapsulation? Let's understand. What is encapsulation? The name implies that something encapsulated, right? So in a encapsule, what happen? You see, similar kind of gullies will be there, right? The gullies, whatever the round is there, right shape, that solid gullies. So all these, they wrap together into a single unit, single box. That is called encapsulation. And do you think that all gullies will be belongs to similar kind, right? It will be provide a solution for one disease only, right? They cannot add like one for different disease, right? For fever and for headache or for other things they cannot add, right? So similar kind of gullies they will put into a box, right? So like this box is known as class. In this class we are having some methods and some variables. What is methods? What is variables? Variables means properties. Methods means that whatever activities, behavior. You see this example. If we'll if we'll see this car, in this car we are having some properties, car having some properties, car having a name, car having a color, car having some speed, car having a model. This is called properties. And what a car can do, a car can drive, a car can run, a car can stop. All these things is the behavior, action car can perform. So some of the actions are some properties and behavior. If you will put together, that is known as encapsulation. So in class also they are doing same things. In encapsulation also they are doing same things, right? Class also they are doing. In a class we are having some properties and behavior. In encapsulation also we are having some properties and behavior. What is the difference between encapsulation and class then? No, it is same only, but in encapsulation we are hiding something. We are providing something more. We are providing some security. So whatever properties we are having inside this car, we don't want to allow to another any other person will access that. That is the concept. Let me explain one by one. Let me tell you. So as I told, right, this variable and methods, they're combined together and in a box, this box known as class. Then it is called encapsulation. So what exactly actually encapsulation doing? Encapsulation having some properties. Okay, he don't want to that private variables. He don't want, if anybody from the outside wanted to access that, this class is not allowed. So this class, as it is not allowing, this is called encapsulation. It is providing some security, privacy it is maintaining. How it is maintaining? If it is private variable is there and one outside class wanted to access it, how it will be accessed? If this outside class wanted to access this property, directly he cannot access. He will take help of some methods, public method, getter setter method we are saying. He can get the value or he can set the value. Get means he will access, set means he will access and he will set some value. So for example, like this is our daddy and this is our daddy's pocket amount, daddy's bank balance. Daddies don't want to provide the amount to us directly because we are going to expense unnecessarily. But dad is giving permission to moms, to our moms. You can take amount from me and we can collect amount from our moms. Why daddy is doing so? Daddy wanted to maintain security to the amount. He can give to our mom only because mom is doing necessary expenses, managing our house and all, house expenses and all. So let me write a code. I will show you. Don't worry. I will write a class encapsulation demo. So let's say this is a class and we are having another class called account. I will say this is the account class, and in account class we are having some properties like private, int account number, and in a account class we are having some account name, and private I will say double account balance. So these are the properties I am having in this account class. Why I made it private? It should be right. Your account details should be private. It should be maintain security, right? Your account detail, any other class don't want, should not allow to access directly, right? That's what I did. So I will add some setter getter. Let's generate setter and getters for all the fields. You see, So this account class, and I wanted to access here these private data members. Can I access? Let me try. So to access that, I need to create an object, right? Let me add that main method. I will create an object of account class. How to create an object? By using new keyword. So if I'll say account dot account name, and I will try to initialize a name, Narendra Sahu. We cannot access because this is private data member name. What it is saying? Not visible. Account name is not visible because this is private. If we'll make it public, then we can access. You see, there is no error, and you can print that. You see, run it. We are able to access that if it is public, right? We need to make it private because it should not be public. This is the encapsulation class example. So we made it private, and if I wanted to access, I cannot access directly. I need to use that getter setter method. I can set like this. Instead of setting like this, I can set like this. Account dot set account name. I need to set a name. Let me set a different name. Okay. So I will say get name. You see, it is coming or not. We need to set like this, and we need to get. So if we wanted to access this private variable, we need to access by using this setter getter, not directly. This is the example of encapsulation. That means this class is known as encapsulated class. Okay, that's what I wanted to tell. So why you are doing so? We are getting some security. And you see, this is one client, that encapsulation demo. Suppose this is the banker. Any other account, any other client also can reutilize this class, right? We can reutilize this. Not only we are getting security, but also you can reutilize. And also, whenever you are getting some balance and all, you internally they will calculate many more things, and they will finalize the amount balance, right? So all this detail I will not bother as a client. If I need the balance, I will call this getter method, I will get that balance. Inside that balance will be calculated in a multiple complex logic. I will tell you that example later. Wait. So let's understand what is this encapsulation. So encapsulation means wrapping of data, covering of data. What kind of data? Variable and methods, properties and behavior, similar kind of properties and behavior into a single unit is known as encapsulation. You see, we are an employee, we are going to office. So what we will do? We'll use our car, and we'll do start, and we'll move. So we know that we'll use car and we'll move. But internally that car move method is calling some other method, internal combustion method. How the move method is calling, and after that that combustion method how it is working in engine, there how utilizing the petrol or diesel. All these things we don't know, we are not bothering, but we know that we are dependent on move method. But that how the move method is implemented, and tomorrow if that car, whatever the class they have written, if the internal logic of this they will change, even the method call this internal combustion, they will call some other method. Otherwise this method implementation they will change tomorrow. The implementation, whatever they are doing, it is totally hidden by this end user. We are not bothered for that. That implementation is not dependent us. It is independent. It can be changed. It can be hide. It is hiding. This is the hiding concept will come. So this is the encapsulation example. Okay. Got it? In this example, as I told, this is a account class, right? In this account class, suppose you wanted to close it and you need to call some account close, right? Some method. So whenever it will close, it will call that account balance. Let's say that balance will be calculated. Suppose you are having some loans and you are having some fixed deposit, RD deposit, all these things will be calculated, and the final amount will be either you have to pay to the bank, otherwise bank will pay to you. That will be decided by this account balance, right? Before closing the after closing, if any amount will get, bank will refund to you, right? So all these detail you are not bother for that. Internally they are doing. So this kind of security also possible. Okay. So this is known as encapsulation. Now let's understand another concept, abstraction. What is abstraction? Abstraction means, data abstraction means, we are hiding here also, we are hiding, we are not showing everything. Suppose you are going to ATM, withdraw the amount. What you will do? You will insert your debit card. You will insert your ATM card to the ATM machine. Your debit card you will insert, and after that it will ask the pin, you will provide the pin. After that, one validation will happen. Then you will provide the option whether you wanted to withdraw or not. If you will withdraw, then you will provide the amount. Then it will withdraw the process. If you have balance, then you will get the balance. So whenever you are passing that pin is getting validated, right? And definitely that is validated in bank side, right? It is not validating in this machine itself, right? It is making some call in the server and so many things happening internally, right? We don't know what is happening internally. But if you will not provide a valid pin, you cannot withdraw the amount. That validation, where it is happening, how it is happening, how the authentication is happening, all these detail we don't know. And if you'll ask to the bank also, bank will not disclose all these things, how the authentication is asking, whether it is using in the same machine it is validating, or in some remote machine it is validating. All these things if you'll ask, nobody will tell to you. So that is known as abstraction. They wanted to hide the information from the customer, how it is happening. If you are using, you are driving car, right, every day, if you put this button, the car will be start. If you press this accelerator, so car will be, the speed will be increased, like that. If you press this, then it will be brake, like that. So how it is functioning, you don't know. So the design level they are hiding something, but in encapsulation, in the implementation level they are hiding. So here in abstraction they wanted to abstract, they will show you only abstract. Okay, they will hide everything. So as I told, right, we don't know how the car is running, but we are driving the car. Okay, let's see what is the difference between encapsulation and abstraction. Okay, and this in the Java coding, how the abstraction is implemented, by using abstract class and interface. Okay, so in encapsulation, how we are implemented encapsulation, by using public protected private access modifiers. So in encapsulation, what we are doing, we are hiding the implementation, but in abstraction we are hiding the all the details in design level, in the top design level. Actually what does internally doing, it is hiding. And encapsulation, how internally it is doing, that implementation is hiding. That is the real difference between abstraction and encapsulation. Whenever encapsulation concept will come, you think about security. It is not providing the data to access outside world directly. That things you think. Okay, so now, up to now, we know what is object, we know what is class, we know what is JDK, JRE, JVM, and we know what is data abstraction, we know what is data encapsulation, what is the relationship between data abstraction and encapsulation, what is the relationship between object and class, how JVM, JRE and JDK, they have interrelated to each other, means just basic I covered with a example. Think about that car showroom activities. Then you can relate it. Okay? You need to spend time to get something. You need to analyze. You need to spend time with the technology. If you are new to this, you have to analyze and practice some little bit small code. As much you will practice, you will be stronger day by day. Okay? Pause video and analyze and practice and try to link some real life example. How you can recognize what is a object, what is a class. Until and unless you will not spend time, it will take time to understand. You know how, let me tell you one story. Okay? You see, you know caterpillar. The caterpillar life start with a egg, teeny egg, and you see how he is struggling to get out. That caterpillar become a butterfly. So the baby caterpillar, that eggs, that baby caterpillar will struggle to break the eggs, and once the egg will be break and he will be come out, he will be feel very hungry. So that egg cell he will eat himself, because he is very hungry, he wanted to survive. So that cell itself he will eat there. Then post that, he will eat lot of leaves. The size of this baby caterpillar will become 100 times bigger. Then after few days, slowly he is ready for a new life. Okay? Then he will split his skin. Then he will try to shedding himself. Then he will digest himself inside. Then slowly he will rebuild himself. You see, now he is ready to come out. Then he is coming out. Finally, he came out and he can fly. So when baby in this stage, he just opened it. He saw that this caterpillar is struggling to come out, and he just, the child, he's opened it, the cell, because he saw the struggle of the caterpillar to become that butterflies. Once he opened that child, after a few minutes, he thought that butterflies will be fly, but he is not flying, he dead. Actually the process of thinking, the honest thinking of the child, it's correct, but the process he has not maintained. He has not struggled the process to become a butterfly that is baked by child. So he failed and that butterflies dies. So what I'm trying to say here, you need to prepare, you need to analyze, you need to spend time with the technology, and it will take time to learn the things. If you are new, don't lose your hope. Just analyze, read and practice. That's what I given that example. Caterpillar, how he is struggling. Okay, let's move into other OOPS concept, that is polymorphism. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism means, poly means many, morphism means action, behavior, act. So single function, single method behaving differently. You see, you are the person, you are the guy, your behavior is getting different, right? When you are in front of your parents, the behavior will be different. When you are in front of your boss, the behavior will be different, right? One person can be behave differently in the different situations, in the different places. That is the example of polymorphism. Okay, so you see, in Java programming we are having two kind of polymorphism. One is compile time, another is runtime polymorphism. We are having many terms. Compile time polymorphism, we can say early binding, static binding, method overloading. A runtime polymorphism, we can say dynamic polymorphism, late binding. You see, compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism can be tell as, can be say static polymorphism. Runtime means dynamic polymorphism. Method overloading, that compile time polymorphism is known as method overloading, and this is known as method overriding. What is this method overloading and overriding? Let's see. What I will do, let me write a program. Okay, for method overloading, let's understand that. I will write a program which will add that two numbers. Okay, we'll say polydemo. So what I want that addition of two numbers. So I will take help of another class. Let's say addition. Okay, and what I will do, I will write that method which will give me, which will add two numbers, int n1 comma int n2. Okay, and it will return that result. It will add and return n2. Okay, this addition 2 I will take because addition already there. Let me change the name addition, or otherwise I will say calculator. Okay, so what this calculator will do, it will add two numbers. Think about it. So what we did last time, let me create an object of this calculator. I will create main method and object calc equal to new, and I will call like this, cout calc dot add. I will provide 4,3. So you see it is running and we are getting 7. Let's say I wanted to add 3 numbers. What I will do? I cannot use of same methods, right? If I'll give one more parameter, it will ask me a error. Suppose 4,3, 10. We don't have such methods, right? So what we need to do? We need to write a method, one more method with one more parameter we can add in 3. You see, then it's possible. If we'll give some other name instead of add, if I'll give ABC, or if I cannot give some mul, right? Multiplication, I cannot write, right? It doesn't look good, right? If we'll see in reality of the project, we cannot give a method name which is doing other things, right? It is doing addition, means the method name should be something like that, addition or add two numbers, something like that, right? Which is relevant. We cannot give multiply or some other name, right? So here same method name will be same. but the number of argument is increased. Different. Here 2, here 3. If you see, it is running, right? One is giving 7, another giving. Why it is 7? Because I have not calculated, I have not added this. Okay, in 3. You see, one is 7, another is 7 plus 10, 17. Right? Suppose I wanted to add two double number instead of integer. I wanted to add two double number. So I will use of same method name, but the parameter I will change to double. And if double value will be add, definitely it will be double, right? The addition of two double value, it will become double only, right? Not int, right? So how to call this? We can call one more. I will say two double value 40 and say 5. D means double symbol. Otherwise dot 0 also we can keep. You see, it is becoming 45 0 double value, right? Even we can make like this, double instead of double we can say double int. It is mixing. If you add with a double value with integer, the addition result will be double. So first value is double and second value is integer. First value is double, second value is integer. The result will come double only. If you add a double value with the integer, it will come double. You see, even we can change to first one is integer, second one is double. So you see, these methods, all these 4-5 methods I written, right? This method is known as method overloading. So in method overloading means what happens? Same method, but what is difference? The parameter is difference. The parameter is difference. Method name is same. Method name is same in method overloading. What is method overloading? I am explaining. Method overloading. Method name is same. Parameter. The number of either the number of parameter is different, or order of parameter is different. Or types of parameter is different. In you see, the number of parameter is different, the order or type. You see, this is double int, we can have int double. So this parameter, according to the parameter, it is behaving. Okay, this is called method overloading. And why it is called static binding or early binding? Because at compile time, whenever you run this program, right, it is compiling first, then it is running, right? At compile time, it is linking. This method will go here. This method definition is this one, and this method definition is which method definition is which one? It is calculate. It is linking in at the time of compile time. That's what it is method overloading. So in one class, if you are redefining the same method once again with different parameters, then it is known as method overloading. Clear? Then what is method overriding? To understand method overriding, you need to understand inheritance concept. Okay? So I will tell you what is that method overriding. First understand what is inheritance. Okay, let's see. Let's understand what is inheritance. What is inheritance? Inheritance means inheriting something. What it is inheriting? Some of the properties. You see, we are inheriting some of the properties, some of the behavior from our parents, right? So in the programming also, you see, if there is a parent and there is a child, A is the parent and B is the child. So B can inherit some properties from A. Even B can inherit all the properties from B, from A. B can inherit some properties or can inherit all the properties from A. And let's say A having 7 properties. Out of 7 properties, properties are methods or behavior. 7 is there, 7 methods is there, 7 behavior is there. A and B is can inherit all or everything, and B can have his own properties also. So B will be more powerful. A child can be more powerful than the parents, right? Because he got some properties from his parents and he also created some properties. So this is called single inheritance. I will give one programming example also. Okay, and you see, this is multi-level inheritance. One parent having one child, A having one child, B, and B also having child, one more child, C. So this is called multi-level inheritance. Yes, it's possible. C will get some properties from B. B will get some properties from A. This is called multi-level inheritance. And this is hierarchical inheritance. One base class, one parent class can have multiple child, right? One parent class, from that parent class, any class can have derived, right? Any class can get properties, right? Here B can get some properties from A, C can get properties from A, D can get some properties from D. Sorry, D can properties from get some properties from A. So this is the base class. So this is called hierarchical inheritance. And you see another inheritance. This is multiple inheritance. There is parent A and another parent B, and C is a child which get properties from two parents. It does not look good actually. Looks odd, right? Two parent, one child. In reality, it is sounds odd, right? You see this example. There is a horse, okay, and who is this bird? This is eagle, okay. So if this both horse and eagle will extend, do you think that one horse will be generated which can be fly? It's real. It's a unicorn, right? It's not in real. It's not possible. In graphics, it's possible. In real, a horse cannot fly, right? It's wrong. So Java does not support this multiple inheritance. In reality, you think what is the problem? I will tell you in coding what is the problem. You see, there is a horse and there is a bird, eagles. We cannot mix them and create a flying horse. You know the eagle story? Eagle how much struggle to eagle how much years she can live? 70 years. Let me tell you that struggle story. Okay. To rebirth, the rebirth of the eagle story. Actually, the eagle lifespan is 70 years. But to live 70 years, he is passing with many more difficult decisions, situations. What is that? Once eagle will become 40 years, you see his ankle become bend, his nails become bend, he cannot do hunt, and also his beak become bent when once he will become 40 years. The beak will become bent and the feather will become very unhealthy. He will face difficult to fly. The feather will become very old. So in that case, he will have two options. Either he will die, otherwise he will make a new life. Two option is there, right? Because he cannot hunt, he cannot fly because of this problem when he will be 40 years old. So he has two options. Either he will die, otherwise he will go for a painful process. What is that painful process? He will knock his beak against a stone or heels. Then that beak will be break down and he will rub his nails. It will be breaked. And what he will do? He will unroot all the leaves of the birds of the wings. He will destroy all the old feathers and slowly all the things, beaks, nails, feathers, everything will come out newly and he can survive another 30 years. So the option, he can die, otherwise he can struggle. So sometimes we need to brush up, you know. Now the technology getting changed. Open AI tools came. We need to upgrade ourselves. Okay. So there is a problem in this multiple inheritance. Okay. So multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Okay. Let me show you one example of method overriding and multiple inheritance. Okay. You see, I will create a class. I will say demo3. Okay. Let me create. Okay. So let's say we are having a class. We are having a class called car. Okay. Or I will say interface. I am having a interface car, and in that I am having a method public void run unimplemented method. Okay, one method only I am having in this interface. And let's say I am having a subclass of this car. That class name is class, I will say Tata Nexon. And this Tata Nexon is implementing from car. Implements car. And we need to override this run method, right? Let override it. Override means we need to implement, because okay, before Tata Nexon, let's have I'm having another class called Tata. Okay, let it be Tata Nexon. Okay, or Nexon basic model. Okay, Tata Nexon basic model car. So if you override, let give a, we'll implement this run method running in the speed of, let's say, 100 km per hour, for example. Okay, and like this we are having a other class called Tata Nexon advanced model. Okay, okay, I will say XZA plus, this is the advanced model. So here let me increase the speed 150 km per hour. Okay, like this, let's say we are having a another car which is sports car, Tata sports car, and we set the speed to 300 km per hour. Okay, and here what we will do, this car is implemented by this Tata Nexon basics, and instead of implementing this Nexon, instead of that car once again, here I will extend from this class. This is a multi-level inheritance. Okay, I will extend. Okay, so what I did, you see, don't be confused. So there is a car interface. Okay, and from the car we got Tata Nexon basic model car, and from this basic model car we got Tata Nexon advanced model XZA plus. Then from this plus we got one sports car, Tata sports car. Okay, and everywhere we increase the speed, means we implemented the run method differently. So here let use extends from this plus. This is a sports car. Okay, so we are having, this is the hierarchy 1 2 3 4. Now what I will do, I will create a object of this Tata Nexon sports, the bottommost derived class. then new. Now I will call this by using this object. I will call the run method. Okay, you see this object, this Tata Sports object is the child class of this Tata XZA plus child class of Tata Basics. Tata Basics the child class of car. So a parent can hold the child class object reference, right? A parent, if I'll say car equal to, I can say like this, right? A parent can hold a child object. This way I can do. So whenever I will do, what will happen? You see, what is the output will come? The output will come. Running speed is 300. You see, 300 kilometer. This one. Why? Whenever we are calling, it is going. We are calling with reference of this car. So it will go to this car class and it will check whether this car interface having that method or not. Yes, it is there. If it is there, it will check is there any derived class or not. Yes, it is derived class. It is there. So one child class is there. So it is checking whether if that child class is overridden that run method. Yes, it is there. So if it is any derived class, it will go what is that derived class. If it is any child class of this method, this class. So yes, it is there one child class. So it will navigate up to the dead end and it will give. If we have not overridden here, so what will happen? We call this run. So this method will be run. You see, it is running 150. But the control coming from here. Okay. So if it will be not there here, so it will learn this method. Okay. So but this method, the body of this method is inheriting logically here and inheriting from here. Okay. That's what if we'll do like this. If I'll pass Tata Nexon basic, or if I'll pass Tata Nexon basic object, sorry, XZ plus object instead of this. You see? So what you'll do? Do you think that in this Tata Nexon XZ plus object I am passing to this reference and I am calling, but we have not overridden here. Do you feel that you will get error? No. Why? Because this method is flowing from here to here, and if you wanted to override it, if you want new method, then we'll write that. If you will not write, then it is implicitly it is coming. That is the use of extends. It is inheriting. This method is inheriting from here to here. Okay. If we'll override it, so you will get this method body, because we are calling by using this method, by using this class object. You see, so this is called method overriding. So one method is there, and if I wanted to extend and I wanted to override, why I will override? I will redefine it, because I want the body, the sports card body will be different. It can run faster than that. So here I will override and I will provide new body. If will not provide, it will take that. Okay. So now let's see one more example I will give. In the This is behavior level, method level, properties level. Let's say we'll set some properties. Here we'll say int speed. We'll set suppose 50. And what we did, we increase the speed slowly. 100. And in XZ plus we set the speed to 150. And here in the sports we increase the speed to 300. Now I will not call that run method. Now I will call that speed. Let me print that. I will print that. I will say car dot speed. You see, and I will give this sports object. You see, what will be the output? Do we feel that output will come 300 because we are overriding that? Control will go here and we saw that we redefine here, and finally we redefine once again, and we are calling that as like methods is working, it will give speed equal to 300. Do you think? No. Why? Because it is going there and it is printing. You see, whatever rule I told, that is for method, not that is not for data members. Okay, so for method it is flowing the control to down if it is there. If it is not there, but for data members it is not the case. Data member is not inheriting, not going in that way. It is inheriting, but it is not overriding actually. Okay, let's see if whenever we will call this, right? Okay, this is data member gone. So let's talk about that. Whenever we are calling that run method, right? So it was running the bottommost, it was giving that, right? Because we are overriding. Let's say we are calling a method, okay, which is not present here. If will not found this method here, will get error. It is going that car method because we are with respect to that car reference we are calling, right? It is saying that method is undefined. Actually, it is searching in the top class of this car. You know, any interface, any class, the super class of that, it will be object. In object class we don't have any run method. That's right, any class if you are trying to call that toString equals other methods in object class, we can call directly. So don't be confused. So here if it is not there, it will search in the top class of this. Top class it is not there. For example, I will call, suppose that here there is a, you see, I will define one more method. I will give you example. Okay, suppose public, I will say one ABC method. Okay, and it is a void, not returning anything. And what I will do, I will write a sysout statement. I am from data connection basic class. Okay, of ABC method. I will say like this. And now I will call this ABC method car dot abc. As inside the car we don't have any abc, but if that's what we are getting error. Now what I will do, I will do this way. I will say I will create this Tata Sports object and I will pass to this reference, this Tata Nexon basic reference. Okay, it can hold, right? And you see, forget about this run method. So what it will do, we are passing with respect to this car Tata Nexon basic, and we are calling this ABC. It will go to this Tata Nexon basic and it will see ABC is there. Okay, so we'll get the message. Okay, now what I will do, I will create a Tata sports car object. Okay, and I will try to call this ABC. So here control will go to this reference. Which reference? Tata sports reference. Here ABC method is not there, but still we are able to get that answer. We are able to get the call of this method. How? If it is not there, it is searching in the superclass. If we go to the superclass, here ABC method is not there. So once again it will go to the superclass of this here. So this ABC method is there. So whenever it is not finding, we are calling in this base, in this last class ABC method, this reference. So as that ABC method it is not there, it is searching in the superclass. It didn't find. Once again it is search in the superclass, it find and it run and it given the result. What I'm trying to say, this how it is possible, because this ABC class method is inheriting. We are inheriting, right? It is inheriting here. Implicitly it is here. So implicitly is here. That's what. Whenever we are finding a method, it is going and checking in the bottom. If you are not finding the method, it is checking here. Fact. Not finding means it is checking in the top. That is the flow going in the method case. But in case of data member, that is not the rule. Okay. Now I will give you that problem, that multiple inheritance, ambiguity, diamond problem. That example I will give. Okay. You see. Let's say we are having a interface. Interface A. Okay. Why this multiple inheritance is not possible in Java, I will explain. And I am having another interface called B. Okay. So let's say in this interface I am having a method public void fun, and same methods also present in this B. And we are having a another, we are having a class called D, which is implementing from implements from A comma P. So you see, here also fun, here also fun. Whenever you will provide a body, if you will provide a body of this fun method, you will override, right? How the compiler will know that you are overriding this method, you are writing this body method for B class, for B or A interface. How will know that? That's what this ambiguity will come. Okay. So what is the solution for that? You need to mention, you need to, if you provide a body, right, you need to mention it, and whenever you will call, how you will call it. For example, wait, let me create an object of this D class. New D. And you see what I did here, this is interface. So what in interface, what is there? That form method is there. Same method we redefine in another interface. So whenever we did implements, right, interface A and B, from A, that method we need to override, because we are implementing a interface, means all the undefined method we have to implement it. So here in both the interface, same method is flowing, so no problem, only signature is flowing in interface level, so no problem. And if we give body, this body we are overridden in this D class, and it is a separate body for this D class, and we are calling this. So here no problem at all, we can call that form method, it will give the result in case of interface, because we did not define here, we did not define here, we defined here, we overridden that. Okay, it is giving the body. Just now what I will do, in this interface I will change these two concrete method. I will say it is a default method, instead of public I will say default. Yes, from Java 8 onwards we can define a method as default, and we can provide as a body. Let's say I given a body. Okay, and same method I am redefining, same method also here is there in this case. And I am not defining anything, because I am not overriding. So what error it's showing, you see, we have to override, okay, default methods, you see. And whenever we'll override, we need to provide like this, a.super.form. That means here mandatory we need to override. Suppose for example, let's see, if I'll say MNO, so no need to override, so implicitly it is coming. But if we are providing same name, so we have to specify, this for method, as it is same, it belongs to which method you wanted to call whenever you will call with this. So we need to specify, hey, I want to call this A method, so this is from B. So as this is the syntax we need to do. A dot super. This is called diamond problem in interface. You see, this is calling A. If we wanted to call the B method implementation, we'll call B. You see, got it? In interface level, multiple inheritance, if whenever we are having same method, okay, so we can achieve this way by using this super. In class level, let's see one example in class level. If it is a class, okay, class A, we are having this method, and this is class B, we are having same method. Okay, and you see, if it is both the class, we cannot extend in both the classes. Multiple inheritance is not possible at all in class level, but in interface level it's possible. You see, we cannot do so. But in interface level, if that kind of situations will come because of this default method, we can achieve by using that super keyword. But at class level, it's not possible. We saw, right? It is unexpected things. Ambiguity will come, right? So multiple inheritance is not there in Java. And this is a hybrid inheritance. You see, one parent class, multiple child class. And from that, any of the child class or multiple child class derived from one child class. That means that child here behaving a parent for another child. So this is combination of hierarchical and multiple inheritance is known as hybrid inheritance. This hybrid inheritance also not possible in this Java because of this ambiguity. So Sun Microsystem people, they have decided we don't want this conflict. So they have not allowed multiple inheritance in Java. So I explained all the OOPS concept. I explained polymorphism. I explained encapsulation. I explained data abstraction. I explained inheritance. Also, I explained OOPS concept, other OOPS concept like object class. Also, I explained what is JVM, JRE and JDK. Please go through this session and try to write some code. Please analyze. In reality, you just compare with, just try to recognize all these components. It will be really helpful. And if you really understood something, I know this video is become very lengthy because I wanted to cover all the OOPS concept in a single video. But if you really understood something from this video, please like, and if you have any doubts you can comment, I will respond. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe my channel. It will motivate me to create a new session. Thanks for watching this video. We'll meet in new session. Thank you.